Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Walt here from Down the Block Sports, and today I want to talk about Major League Baseball. The Manager of the Year awards have just been released. In the National League, it was handed to Gabe Kapler, much deserved, but in the American League, they decided to hand it to Kevin Cash. What I want to talk about today is who I believe should have won the award and why I don't believe it should have been Kevin Cash. Again, I'm Alec Walt. This is Down the Block Sports. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more of my exclusive content. Yes, the awards have been released. Manager of the Year in the American League, it was down to three finalists: Kevin Cash, Dusty Baker, and Scott Servais. The award was given to Kevin Cash, but in my true and honest opinion, I believe the award should have gone to Scott Servais. I think Scott Servais got robbed in this award. No discount to Kevin Cash. I believe he's one of the best managers in baseball. What he's able to do with the resources he has in Tampa Bay is flat out remarkable. But have we forgotten what happened this season in Seattle? I'm going to take you back in time. It's spring training. We're giving our predictions. Even though the Rays traded Blake Snell, no one was saying they were going to be an awful team. But when teams talked about the Seattle Mariners, it was, oh yeah, maybe they'll finish in third, more likely finish in fourth ahead of the Rangers in the American League West. They were a team that was you looked at them and said, okay, maybe with the young players they have, they can take that next step forward as a team. Now, this is a team that had one of their starters who everyone thought could possibly contribute in their rotation, James Paxton, get injured in the first week of the season. They made it to the trade deadline where their general manager decided to trade away their best relief pitcher, making it seem like they were in a sell position. And in the month of September, they were nearly a game or two away from being able to represent the American League in the wild card game. What happened in Seattle this year was flat out remarkable. This was a team we thought would win 74, 75, 76 or so games this year. And they won 90 games and played their best baseball in the month of September. Now, what I look for in my Manager of the Year is how certain teams play in high pressure moments. How are you in close games? Do you have the ability to come back and win games? Do you play your best baseball towards the end of the season? And yes, all those boxes could be checked off for Kevin Cash. But I'm going to give you some numbers here on why I believe Scott Servais got completely robbed in this race. Seattle won 33 one-run games this year. 33. That led Major League Baseball. They had 83 total games this year that were decided by 2 or less runs. Seattle won 51 of those games. Okay, so in close games, in tight situations, the Seattle Mariners were very successful in 2021. Let's continue. How do you have the ability to come back and win games? You're trailing late. You want to make sure you have the ability to come back. It shows a lot about the character of a manager when you have a team that does not quit. Seattle had 42 comeback wins this year. So we're talking a lot about performance late in baseball games. Okay, they had 46 go-ahead RBIs in the 7th inning or later. In extra inning situations, they won 14 of them during the 2021 season. And this was also in a division that wasn't very easy. Again, it's not the hardest division in the league, but when you're playing teams like the Astros, the Athletics, and at some points the Angels, it's not exactly the easiest schedule in Major League Baseball. To continue, I want to talk about pitching. Because the Seattle Mariners entered the 2021 season with one of the worst pitching staffs in last year in baseball. Their bullpen was not very good. They went after James Paxton to help in the rotation, and he got hurt in the first game of the season. They found Kendall Graveman to be a shutdown closer, and they traded him at the trade deadline. This Seattle Mariners team had the 4th best bullpen WAR in baseball last season. They had 63 different players appear in a game, which is near Tampa Bay Ray level high with the amount of injuries and players they had to recycle in and out of this team last year. And at the end of the season, with the season on the line, September 26th to 29th, they had 4 consecutive comeback wins. Now, this video I'm recording is in no way to insult Kevin Cash. Kevin Cash, in my opinion, is tied with Craig Counsell as the best manager in Major League Baseball. But what the Seattle Mariners did this year was flat out remarkable. They were competitive in tight games. They didn't give up late in games as they had the ability to come back and win multiple games here in the 2020 season. They had a negative 51 run differential and still won 90 games this season. So we talk about the impact of a manager. Yes, the Rays would be nothing without Kevin Cash. I 100% agree with that. I've been saying that about Cash for years. But the Tampa Bay Rays were still expected to compete for a playoff spot, which they did, winning the division, winning 100 games in the American League East, which many would say is the hardest division in Major League Baseball. But we're talking about a team here in the Seattle Mariners that were expected to barely win at best 80 wins this year. We're talking about a Mariners team that won 90 games last year, and it took till the final weekend of the season for them to be eliminated from the American League playoff hunt. They played their best baseball towards the end of the season. And at the trade deadline, when it looked like the team was going to sell, they came together as a group and they were able to play their best baseball, even without one of the best closers last season in Major League Baseball. What the Mariners did this year was absolutely spectacular. Expectation, reality. Expectation, 75 wins, reality 90. Rays, expectation 90, reality 100. Both are ridiculously impressive, but me seeing the Rays in the playoffs last year was no surprise. Me seeing the Rays at the top of the division was no surprise. Me seeing the Mariners win 90 games, which is more wins than the Braves had last year, who won the World Series, was a surprise to me. The reality of the Mariners last year was that they're a very good baseball team. The expectation was not to see a good baseball team on the field in Seattle. They're good in close games. They're good late in games. They were great at the end of the season. I think Scott Servais deserved more credit in this award. I believe he should have won it, but congratulations to Kevin Cash for taking home the hardware. Who do you believe should have won American League Manager of the Year? Do you believe it was Kevin Cash? Do you believe it should have been Scott Servais? Give me your thoughts here in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Down the Block Sports for more of my exclusive content. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we will see you very soon.